Hello, my name is Philip Burris, and I am from the Lawsonville Church in Lawsonville, North Carolina. I'm making this video, and it's entitled Preacher and Preacher Wife Advice. This is a piece of advice that I have heard my mom give for 30 years before she passed away. And the more I kept thinking about it, the more I realized is that this advice is really good advice. But it becomes even better advice when instead of giving it to a minister or his wife, you actually give it to a congregation. So I'm going to tell you about an experience that my parents had in the 80s in a town in Louisiana that my dad pastored the church. The ladies' ministry had made a goal to pay off the church. And it was a very attainable goal because if you have a small group of women who will work in the church, nothing can stop you. Nothing at all. The good thing is that the men and women of this church were in harmony with each other. So it took not only the women's ministry, but the men also got in and began to work with them as one whole body. If you ever go to Louisiana and someone says, oh, they're having chicken spaghetti at that church, after you are finished going, ugh, go try it, because surprisingly enough, it's really good. It's really, really good. My mom went to the fellowship hall one Friday that they were having a dinner. It was a chicken spaghetti dinner. And when she walked in the fellowship hall, the women of the church were just standing around, and they had deadlines to deliver the plates to the paper mill in the town and to a few other businesses in the area, as well as deliver them to homes of people who had purchased them. And she looked at the deadline, and she looked at the prep time, and she put it together, and she said, everyone's just standing around. Well, something needs to be done. So my mom said, okay, I need you to roll the napkins around the silverware. I need you to put the tissues in the paper. I need you to scoop out these vegetables for that compartment and that vegetable for this compartment. I need you to put the plate together. I need you to box the plate. And she just got everything in line and got it going. The following week, as my mom was entering into the church, she overheard one of the ladies in the church say out loud, that Sister Burris just takes control of everything. She has to run the show every single time. And it really, really upset my mom. It upset her really badly. So the next month came along, or 2 months, and they had another dinner. And when they had the dinner, my mom thought about what was said, and she didn't do anything. She let them do it. The following week, she heard another lady in the church say, well, Sister Burris just didn't help at all. She just sat there until someone asked her to do something. And that was this one particular church that the name of it is no longer in existence. The congregations disbanded and went to different locations. The story being is that after all those years of my mom and dad being in the ministry, my mom would tell that story to preachers and preachers' wives. Every time they came to the house, anywhere they went, what is the one piece of advice that you could give? She would tell that story, and the one piece of advice she gave was, no matter what people think, no matter what people say, your work and your service is to God, not to man. So don't pay attention to that. Go serve the Lord in whatever capacity you have to fill, and God will bless you. There's a passage of scripture in the Bible, and it is, hang on a minute, Hebrews chapter 12, verse 14, follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. You have a choice. You can be the propagator of peace with people. You can seek holiness, seek the Lord to find holiness in your life. Allow Him to enable you to walk a right life because He's the only one that can help you do it. And give yourself to Him that way, to where when the sheep come along and they say things that are hurtful, considered mean, that are snippy, remember who you are. For those of you that are watching this that are not a pastor, you are not a preacher's wife, you pay attention to that. We are one body with one goal, and that is that we meet Jesus Christ and we introduce other people to Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's about it. Good talking to you.